Hello everybody. Welcome back to another video this is completely different than my usual style of content that I've done on my channel. And it's something I kind of had always in the background of my mind of something I had wanted to always do. And just not now I feel like I have the confidence to do so, and it's to talk about my favorite Roblox game, Roblox Isle. And it's a long story to begin with, but I'm going to start off with these little topics on how I'm going to discuss the video and such, or discuss throughout the video. How I found the game personally, what my first experiences were with it, what got me so into it, what I dislike about the game, why do I keep coming back to this game like if I've done so much, and why the blue mantis is my crush. Wait, I didn't put this in here. Hey, did you do this?
I didn't
Come here.
Ow!
Now going into this, I'm not fully certain on how long this is gonna be. I don't know if it's going to be super long. I don't know if this is going to be super short. I'm recording this at a time that I'm just not fully sure. But how I found the game is it was a while ago. I played this game first like 3 years ago when I think I watched like a popular, like Flamingo, for example. I know he had a IO video about it during the early days. I can't remember if that's when I first played it, but I'm pretty sure I found it through a video, and then I joined it, had no idea what was going on in the game. I just spawned in, went to the queue, joined in, just walked around, and then probably died a few times at some point. I didn't know what to do in the game, which that probably leads into my first experiences. So, my first experiences with the game, it was not the best because, like I had talked about before, some of the runs I'd done are just kind of meandering around, just trying to understand what this game is and like trying to figure out like how it works, what to do, how to get these things on the badges. And after a little while, it you get the formula down, and like you slowly start to figure stuff out trying to walk across this giant island, which then I guess also leads me into probably more of a longer portion, which is what got me so into this game. And this game, what mainly drove me is the variety of badges that came along with it. All the badges back in the old days, they didn't have descriptions, which I just found so interesting because you read them and they're like the sea and the air, and you're like, who just names a badge like that and like not describe on how to get it in the description? I'm like, that seems so interesting to me. Like, it's so interesting that like you have to actually go through the game itself to figure out what to do in the game. And that just got me so intrigued. I had, back a while ago, when I was playing it with a few friends here and there, not super often, but I did this little event thing that I regrettably hated. Don't go watch that. It's terrible. I don't even think my mic was working during the entire thing. I disliked the entire thing. It turned out poorly. But we were just doing stuff, just random things across the island. Like, there was like an entire point system, if I remember, for getting specific endings, and like, or just killing people. And most of the time, people are just killing people because it's the quickest way to get points. I'm not entirely sure if that's everything that like that is correct there, but that's just what I remember. But going back, when we came back to the game after someone brought it up again, if I'm not mistaken, we had created this new group chat, which now is formally known as Oh Wow That's Nice. And it's all started because of Isle. And now we get into the big portion, in my eyes, that we'll see. But the long, tedious grind of getting all the badges that are part of Isle. I still don't even have all the badges in Isle. I only have a few. Well, not a few. I have like 90%, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll probably put up a picture or something here just to showcase on how many I've gotten. But just I'm losing my words here. There's so much, but I'm trying to figure out the words for it. I apologize, guys. But me and my friends just went on a streak of what to do. How do you get all these different badges? And like we were so locked in. It was such a fun time because this is what I love about Isle is just the teamwork it takes to get some of these badges is like amazing. And like some of them took so long, some of them were so hard, and some of them are still hard. Like one for example that I still don't even have is like the Hitman, which requires you to kill 5 different NPCs or enemies in a row with one clip of the suppressed pistol, which like it's so ridiculous. And then there's some other ones which require you have to go to orbit 2, which that's a whole nother can of worms, and it's I'll get to it in a second because it was awesome for my first experience at it. But as I go look through these badges, like the larvae, the pass, the mirror, the sabotage, the parasites, the reader, the fallen, the chaos, the fortress, it's so unique to a game to have all their badges just be the and a name, and like the badge just mysterious. Like once again, how do you get this? Now, in this day and age, they do have some description, but it doesn't tell you, like, how you get them, which I still find so cool, and which is why I probably like another game that I'll showcase on the screen here of how their badges have no descriptions, and they're, like, very convoluted secrets that you find to expand your base plate. Oh, it's such a cool game. But back on the topic of Isle itself, let me see if I can remember back then. And remember I would, because I'm just going through the badge list and I'm gonna pick out some stuff that I clearly remember when I was going for these. So the companion, this one's not super noteworthy, but it's a nickname that everyone in our group who played Isle basically named the drone just because we wanted to, and his name is Craig. We love Craig the drone, our bestest friend and really useful companion. And then going down, we have True Champion. Oh my gosh, True Champion was such a trouble for me. I had like 3 probably actual good attempts at it. The first one, I had died while there was only one left. It was the mini gunner, and I tried to get too close enough with him with the flamethrower, but he was able to kill me first, which really pissed me off. Then there was the one where I died right at the end, like right before all the true champions died. I was able to kill like a few of them, but my friend was able to pick up the kill, which that he got the badge was still I needed the badge. And then I can't remember exactly when I personally got the badge, I just, from what it says, just it was at noon. So I think we were using the old lighthouse strat. I don't know if anyone's gonna watching this remembers, but like you could just hide on top of the lighthouse. The grenader wouldn't be able to shoot you, or it might have that might have been to help someone else out. But unknown, unknown took me so much longer to get because I didn't have anyone around much to do it with until I got it. Back when we were on our super aisle grind, grinding out these badges, only my one other friend got it. And then we were gonna do it. Well, we were doing it with me, because everyone was done with Isle by then. But then my internet had crashed during that attempt. And so I had waited so long to do it, and then never got the chance until literally January of this year, when we were able to go around and get it, because one of my friends that was playing Isle and such, and like a more he was more of a newer, he started like really playing it last year, and I mean he was going through them all. He loves the game, which I still love the game as well, so it's fun. But going through, I remember seeing the Terminator, or the Agent B6, if we want to use its real name, for the first time. That's scary as hell. Scary, dude. Seeing that blue orb spawn in and him just pop out, like, oh, that is a threat. And then I remember as well with the Stranger. This is one I actually knew about back when I first played this, because I'm pretty sure my alt got it when I was just messing around. Like, it's a thing that happens when you die, and it gives you like a little hint on what to do actually on the island. And I don't know, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Then there's the first time meeting the snake, which is very scary, because literally if he sees you, you have to run. If he sees you, it's almost guaranteed death if you're able to outspeed him, or if you have goggles. And it's such a scary truth. I remember beating the truth for the first time. That was just such a beautiful experience. A beautiful, stressful experience. That ending sequence, it's phenomenal. I love it so much. It's so cool. Then I remember doing Wizard. Wizard is the arcade one. Tank is one I actually streamed. You guys can go look back at my streams and see I actually streamed getting the tank, and I was going to keep streaming until I did it, but I'm pretty sure I got it on my first run, because I was just using B Corp beacons. Then there's a bunch of these other ones. Not notable. The launch, I can talk about this one. I'm pretty sure the intended strat is to get launched by Mantis's ship, but we used a funny little strategy of Agent B6 in the water. If you get him to grab you in the water and he throws you, you just go flying. It's such a hilarious bug. I have no idea if it still works, but it would be really, really funny if it did still work. Then going down, Giver, Swordsman. I find it interesting that they changed the Swordsman badge. I find that interesting. I'm pretty sure now, if I'm not mistaken, you have to have both steel swords in your inventory. But the original solution to Swordsman was hitting another person with the steel sword. Like, you both had the steel sword out, and you just swing it at them, and then you got the badge. Then the collectible grind, I remember going on that by myself, just finding so many of the collectibles. Fortress, oh my god. I had showed my IRL friend, this Isle, and we had joined a fortress run, and everything was going well. I mean, a lot of people had died, because that's what a lot of people do in this game. I'll get to that in a little bit, but I had crashed on that game, and my friend was able to do the entire thing. He got Fortress and got the hangar ending. And like, it's so stupid, because Fortress is a reasonably hard thing to get, because you need, I mean, feel like it's a bit easier now, maybe with all the stuff they've added throughout the years. But you have to prevent the generator from taking 100 damage. And on the run I actually got it, all the zombies were bugged. I'm pretty sure all the parasites were bugged too, which was really nice because it just kind of let me have a free hanger. The only thing that was the threat was the mercenaries, and I'm pretty sure we just killed them. So that was pretty funny. Looking through these, I find it funny that they made getting the squid scooter harder, even though in most circumstances you don't necessarily need the scooter unless you really just need to go that faster for like speed run, which we'll get into in a second. But then there's also like exterminator. I remember that was just a failed mantis run. I'm like, why as well get the exterminator on there. There's the balloon, there's orbit, which we got over a year ago, which that was such a awesome experience. It was on a run where one of our friends died, but since that was like our third attempt of the day, we just kept on going, and then we got the ending. And then Orbit 2, which is having to do the same thing again, but there's an extra sequence with Orbit 2. There's an entire new sequence. And oh my gosh, getting Orbit 2 was such a crazy experience because on our run that we got to Orbit 2 was the run where we got one of Isle's hardest badges. We got the replay, which if you guys don't know, the replay is the badge where you complete Orbit in 2 days before day 3 starts. And oh my god, that was such a cool experience. Like, everything worked out so well. The mercenaries and the parasites basically killed each other. It was such a clean experience. It went so well. It went incredibly well because one of our friends, the friend I had talked about who was kind of earlier into it, he had the artifact C. I feel like I should probably mention those a lot earlier, but he could see that just everything was dead. He's like, go, we need to leave. And so we all rushed back to the cave. And that same friend who died on our Orbit 1 last year had lied to us, saying that he was in the cave, but no, he had actually left the cave because he wanted to get the teleporters because he wanted to try and use them in some way. Which, that was a blunder on his part. Like, he did not need to do that, and I think I don't need to rub it in, but Orbit 2, oh my gosh, that was such a cool experience, because that was something I never spoiled on myself. I did not want to spoil, like, literally anything. I hadn't watched any videos about it. Like, it's the one thing I actively avoided spoilers on, and I'm so glad I did, because holy crap. That was such a cool sequence. They did so well with it. The boss fight, what really helped me out is during the first phase is Makeshift Cloak. Makeshift Cloak, the little zombie guys, I don't want to try and spoil much about it, but they just didn't attack me, so I was able to freely attack the main boss itself, which, oh my god, it's such a cool experience. And then, like, for example, I could talk about the Hunter, which is a badge where it's basically it's the Hitman version for the crossbow. You have to kill 5 enemies with 1 crossbow bolt, which was annoying, but it wasn't too bad to get. But, man, the Orbit 2 experience was one of my favorites. Like, I love this game. So there's so much in this game that I can't just talk about it myself. Like, you guys need to experience it yourself. I know I'm someone who just has been uploading Bubblegum Simulator videos, but, like, please, I this is one of those games where you should go try it. This is one of those underrated gems on Roblox. Even though it's more popular because of its collaboration with Forsaken, but I don't care about Forsaken. The only reason why I would play Forsaken is because they have Isle skins, and I still haven't yet because I really just couldn't care less for Forsaken in itself. And there's a lot of stuff that's happened with it. There's a lot of weird history with it, and all I really do now with ASIMs and such is uh, watch this one guy who was the original idea before Forsaken came to be. He was Father Forsaken, as I name him, because like he was the one that created the idea first because he was a Dead by Daylight head. But out of that area, I can't wait for what comes more with Isle because I want to play it more. Even though there's still stuff I need to get, it's like some of those things are just so tediously hard. It's hard to do just by yourself. And like it's also hard to just kind of grab others sometimes, even though for I know like one of my friends I know would be totally down, but he's off grinding in Rex, which I don't blame him. He's on his grind there. So I feel like that is a good extent. That was a long section. Uh, to what got me so into the game. It's such an awesome game. You guys need to give it a try. And I do highly recommend, do not search up at first. At first with the game, do not search up how to do anything. Just go in blind. Like, literally make yourself around the environment and then understand and then maybe start looking some stuff up. This it literally says on the game page itself, where is it, it is recommended to play without external guides, and that is so true. That is so factual that I highly recommend it. But now going into the next category of why, or my apologies, what do I dislike about the game? And there's one core factor that I feel like I can physically say on why I dislike this game, and it's incentive to basically kill people. Like the entire experience kind of like it's basically like its entire lore around it is like the ivory mind, which is one of the other things, but I don't want to spoil too much, but basically is something that's keeping you trapped here, and it's like it just hates and it wants to keep you here because they've seen on what humans are like, and that like doing any public Isle experience is like a death trap because you don't know at what corner someone is just gonna shoot you for no reason. Like, it's not a fun experience. I don't like doing it. Both my IRL friend and another one of my friends wanted to try. Well, one of them really just wanted to. Another one just thought about doing it. It's just like that's not how I want to play Isle. It's not fun for me. It ruins other people's experiences because there's no respawning, and I don't want there to be respawning. Just that is one of the critical things that like it's what Isle's branded around, I feel like. And like nothing's gonna change that. I don't want it to change. Because that's if that's how Isle is, that's how you get some of the badges, is from killing other players. And like I'm glad I had friends to just do it with instead, because like actively going out of your way to kill people just for a badge, like it's I don't like it's not how I want to play the game. I don't want to ruin people's major progress unless it's like a specific thing I'm doing, like an event or something, like my old terrible event that I hosted where like that's like I also like the when if I want to do more of that stuff is just more in kind of a friendly way where we get like randomly spawned around the map and we have to find random things lying around and then just go find each other to kill each other, like a battle royale. I mean, that's basically what it's kind of made out to be. But uh is there anything else? I That's really the only main dislike I have about the game. Other than that, I the game is fine in itself. But also another thing I could say about, on a more good term, I'm out of the disliking the game genre, so you guys don't have to worry. But the monster itself, it's incredibly simplistic, but I love on just how kind of widespread. It's more of a community nickname. Like his actual name is just the monster, I'm pretty sure, but everyone calls him Stan. So I'm like, I'm just gonna call him Stan. But like, Stan is so widespread everywhere because his origination is in Identity Fraud, which is another good game. You guys should play it. It's a scary game. I still remember some clips from those on our old group channel that never got used again. Rip that channel. But he's just such a widespread like monster, like generic monster. Just like it's just him though. Like Identity Fraud's version of it and Isle's version are the same. And it's so cool to me. And like Stan's really not a much of a major threat like in the game itself, unless like you get jumped out of nowhere, because he's very easily avoidable. Like he doesn't go in caves. If you're just hiding in a cave, if you're in water, I mean he can spawn. He can now swim now, which is pretty scary. But he really only takes specific spots around the map, and only attacks you really there or the random chance at night. But now into my final category. The last one doesn't count if you remember at the beginning of this video. I didn't put that in there. That was someone else. That was someone else in the freaking back. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they put that on there. But why do I keep coming back to this game? I feel like I kind of might have answered this just a little bit, but why I keep coming back to Isle is just one thing I do love is showing new people this game. I love showcasing Isle to new people. I just love showing them around just this beautiful masterpiece of a game. Like it's so well crafted. It's got amazing dev team behind it. It's such a good game. I thrive on just showing people just the world of Isle. I love just walking around sometimes. I love it. And then what also keeps coming back is just the fun challenges that, like, for a little bit, me and a bunch of my friends were doing. We were just since we had so many modifiers, we could just throw on any modifier to make the game harder, for example, and just explore or do challenges. Like we had this one challenge, it was called the pacifist challenge, where you basically weren't allowed to kill anything. And we had basically Stan turned up to 11, the mercs had spawned early, we had the final boss from Orbit 2 just roaming around the island. Like it's such a crazy challenge, and I believe we did it once. We there was a bunch of other modifiers a part of it, but we were able to do it. I do remember that, and I just love those times. Like I just love doing these random things. It's so fun. Like recently I got one of my friends on to the game and just messed around with admin commands, because I had bought the admin commands option and just wanted to mess around a little bit, because I just doing anything in this game I just love to do. Like even if it's just either walking around doing some crazy difficult challenge or working on another ending. I absolutely adore this game, and I hope that this will reach some of you out there to go play it. I don't know how well this video is going to do. I don't care if it doesn't do poorly. If it does poorly, or if it somehow does better than any of my other random videos that I have on here. I love this game, and I really encourage that you guys go try it as well, please. And I think that is all for today. I am straining my voice. I'm not straining it that bad, to be honest. I've got water next to me, but I hope you guys watched till the end. If you did, thank you very much. This is my most long and probably a little bit of an ambitious project in like forever. So I don't know if I'll ever do something like this again. Let's be real here, but I thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. To those who have watched my videos, my random videos that I post on the internet that I just do for the fun of it. Like, I'm just doing these for fun. Like, I'm just having fun. And I want you guys to have fun too. And I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day. And I will see you guys in the next one.